Business networking is often dismissed as being no more than a series of social gatherings, and it can be just that, if that's all you want it to be. But networking requires time and money, so it's important that you establish your objectives. What exactly do you want from networking? Networking is a serious business activity which is an element within your marketing strategy and must not be treated as a selling activity. For you to achieve your objectives, you must treat networking events with the same professionalism as you would any other business meeting. As with all marketing activities, your networking should be tested and measured to see which ones work and which ones do not. Different groups should be tried until you develop a family of networking groups which work for you. It is also important that you behave in such a way that gives you the best chance of making a good first impression and then developing some fruitful relationships. We're going to look at a number of ways in which you can behave so that your networking will be effective. As with all business activities, preparation is key. Check all of these before each event. Where will the event be held? Be pedantic. Which building, which room, how far is it from the station? Is there a car park near? When will the event be held? Again, be pedantic. What time is registration or open networking? When do the pictures start? When is the food served? When does the speaker come on? And what time does it end? You must ensure that you will be in the right place at the right time. The above points must be laboured to guarantee that you are not late. What does it say about your business if you persistently do not get yourself to a meeting on time? What is the format of the meeting? Will there be pictures? Will there be speakers? Will there be any other activities? How long do you get to speak? What is the expected dress code? Business formal, smart casual, etc. How much does it cost? Is the first meeting free? How can you pay? Cash, card, bank transfer, etc. What type of businesses will attend? What size of businesses will be represented? SMEs, corporates, charities, public sector? What sectors will be represented? What calibre of individuals, directors, managers, employees, tradesmen, craftspeople? Don't forget to include the must-take items. 1. Business card. Don't expect everyone else to use QR codes. Write down your action points on the back of cards you have received. 2. Notebook and pen to record any points made by speakers. 3. Diary, so that follow-up meetings can be set up straight away. Flyers, leaflets, banners if you're allowed. Props to illustrate what your business does. Badge, take your own just in case they're not issued. Presentation notes, whatever you are comfortable with, although try to avoid just blatantly reading out from your iPad. Most importantly, make sure you take a non-selling mindset with you. Work on your pitch. Establish beforehand how long you will get to pitch. Plan your pitch, practice your pitch, time your pitch. Now do it again with pauses. Establish your objectives for each specific meeting. We established that you need to establish your objectives before embarking on a networking campaign or before joining a new group. But you should also draw upon a set of objectives before every meeting you attend. Ask yourself these questions. What type of sales leads or introductions would I like? What new suppliers do I seek? What collaborations would be good for my business? What advice could I use? What results must I achieve? What would be a good result? If you have prepared properly, you will go into the networking meeting with confidence. You will have given yourself a good idea of what to expect, and you will be ready to take the meeting by storm. Having made all the right preparations when you arrive at the event, it's important that you really work the room. Your presence there involves you giving up your time and probably paying out some money as well. Whether you are a business owner or an employee, it's important that you get as many bangs for your buck as possible. So you cannot just turn up, stand by yourself and then hope to get anything from the event. Here are some ways in which you can work the room. 1. Arrive early. Arrive early. It gives you the chance to understand the geography of the event, and the quality of networking is high while the room is still filling. 2. Don't be afraid to just park yourself near to the tea and coffee. Nearly all the other delegates will pass the station at some stage in the proceedings. If you arrive at an event with a colleague, say goodbye at the door. You can meet again at the end after you've prioritised meeting new faces. You cannot afford to waste time by networking with folks you already know. Don't hold back. Approach other delegates in a positive but non-threatening way. By all means, use some of the traditional icebreakers, but the best way to proceed is by getting the other person to start talking about themselves, while you should show a keen interest. Avoid staying with the same person all the way through the meeting. You should make your contact and then move on fairly quickly without abruptly dumping someone, of course. If someone is ignoring the hints and wants to stick with you longer than you wish, don't be afraid to introduce them to someone you know well and then leg it. 6. Keep yourself cool and hydrated. Drink plenty of water and avoid having too much coffee. 7. Make sure that you introduce others, especially new networkers, and get introduced yourself. 8. Ask lots of open questions and take a genuine interest in other delegates. Remember that you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, and try to use them in that ratio at all network meetings. 9. Concentrate on making connections. Do not blatantly sell. If you go along with a sales mindset, you will annoy other delegates and they will start giving you a wide berth. Make sure that you ask for help and not for orders. 10. Collect business cards from other delegates and write what actions you will take on the back of the cards. Then when you get back to the office, you can follow up appropriately. 11. Linger at the end of the meeting. There can be good quality networking at the end while the room is slowly emptying, so try not to be the first person dashing towards the car park. 12. At the end of the meeting, give yourself 5 minutes to write down all of your takeaways from the meeting. Who will you call, email, introduce, refer, and who will you contact for a one-to-one meeting? Before the meeting, you established how long you would be given for your elevator pitch. And as you rehearsed and timed your pitch beforehand, you will be ready to stand up and make a favourable impression. If you have prepared properly, you will give yourself every chance of succeeding. When you first stand up, avoid speaking while you're dragging your chair across the floor, otherwise the other delegates will miss your name. Take a deep breath and try to speak slowly. There are a number of suggestions with regard to content of your pitch. Clearly say the name of you and your business. Stress the benefits or results or outcomes which your business delivers. This is what the other delegates are listening for, so mention them really early in your pitch. Include something visual, a prop, a picture, or perhaps a hand gesture. Give examples of the type of customer you serve. Make it clear what you are seeking. What help or introductions do you need? Finish by stating again who you are. In other words, this is who I am. This is the benefit of what I do. This is how I do it. This is who I do it for. This is what I need. This is who I am again. Avoid jargon and abbreviations which are only understood within your own sector. Some networkers try to cram in as many words as they can, but it really is a case of less is more. The objective is for other networks to understand what you do and then remember you. Be clear, concise, and be memorable. Some networkers become frustrated because they do not see any results from their networking. One of the crucial qualities needed by a networker is patience, taking on board the following. Networking is not a quick fix. On average, it takes between 4 and 7 contacts before you get recommended. Give every new group a chance to work. Stay in polite but regular contact with those you have met. Whatever you give out, you generally get back. Remind other networkers what help you need. The best networkers on the circuit are very persistent. They don't give you the chance to forget them. By following these guidelines, you can ensure persistent contact with your networkers. Compile a list of actions at the end of every meeting. Get in touch with other delegates soon, not forgetting social media connections. Pass on any details, referrals, or information that you may have promised. Don't just follow up obvious sales leads, be a connector of people. Invite people to other networking events. Compile a database of networking contacts, recording when and where you met. Arrange one-to-one meetings. There is a very simple agenda for one-to-one meetings. 1. Can we present each other's business if required? 2. Have we both established what the other needs? 3. How have we agreed to help each other? Merely turning up at networking events will not generate the kind of results you desire. If your networking is not working, it's almost certainly your own fault. To ensure that networking is effective, you should behave according to the 5 P's of networking. 1. Preparation. Check all the details beforehand to ensure you're not late. Don't forget the must-take items. 2. Performance. Really put yourself about and work the room, but without blatantly selling. Ask a lot of open questions to get the other delegates thinking about themselves. 3. Pitch. Rehearse and time yourself. Avoid jargon and abbreviations, then be clear and concise and memorable. 4. Patience. Do not expect a quick fix. Networking takes time. Measure the outcomes you get from various groups to see which works best. 5. Persistence. Stay in touch with other networkers and remind them what help you need. Arrange one-to-one exploratory meetings. So, networking should not be regarded as just a series of social gatherings. It can be a very effective element within your marketing strategy, just so long as you treat it as professionally as everything else you do in your business. Hopefully you found that useful. Just remember the 5 P's.